My fellow magicians, the dawn is breaking on the stage that holds our final destiny. And so, my fellow magicians, let's all go to hell in a fast car and keep it hot. And on today's little pit stop, I think I'm talking about one person at the moment, looking at the general energy and the tarot that's already flipped up. So, as always, if you are recognizing yourself as the active party, you are the one acting. If you are vibing with the read, but you are not the active party I'm describing, you're not the player character, this is somebody who would be active in your energy. And that some of this would either be indirectly or directly affecting you. And so what we have here is someone is expecting, with expectation and Wheel of Fortune, a big change. And at the moment, it's looking like a change, a massive change that they are instigating, perhaps. The expectation could, in fact, be like, I'm ramping myself up in preparation for this like big move that I'm about to make. Secondly, we have Journey and Magician. So while this may have been a process with Journey, it's sort of like the magician, the abracadabra part of this, like the big whammy is about to go down. Okay, that's the big change. And then finally we have Chariot and unexpected income. I don't know that that's money. To me, what this seems like, right, is that this would be the thing that's kind of describing the receiving party as opposed to the person who's acting, maybe. It's sort of like an unexpected positive manifestation, most likely, though that could be an unexpected material manifestation is coming towards you rather quickly. This looks like a drastic thing, whatever it is, okay? So basically, because I can already see the tarot that's in the center column has already flipped up, and it's like, wow, that's a lot. Whatever that is. And so let's see what we have under Wheel of Fortune and expectation. Well, we have an Emperor strategizing, plotting, doing secret things. And that could have been going on for a while. That's like kind of our lead up. Like this person has been setting up the little dominoes. I forgot what this is called, but there's like a specific name for this where like somebody sets up like a big contraption. It's like a machine that like has no real purpose other than to be kind of fun. Like when you set it off, there's like a whole bunch of like little reactions and things that happen, like things fall into place and like the ball falls into the cup and things like that. There's like a whole bunch of chain reactions, but it's usually like a very, very big machine that like takes up multiple floors of a house or something. Kind of the bigger it is, the more impressive it is that like everything functions in a flowing fashion. Did not mean to alliterate like that. It was kind of cringe. But it's like one of those machines, and they have like a specific name. They're not meant to do anything. It's just kind of meant to be like an interesting little display of mechanics and physics in like a fun way. And that's sort of what this person has been doing. They've been setting up that machine. They've been setting up like the very intricate domino thing, setting up all the little dominoes, and now they're gonna like flick. I just saw that V for Vendetta scene in my mind. I'll have to see if I can't find that scene from the movie when you like don't realize, like if you're like the receiving party or if you were someone kind of like not the person who's been setting this up, it's sort of like all of a sudden all the dominoes fall and you see like a very large gestalt of events, right? Something that's very impressive and awe-inspiring that you didn't even know was going on until like after it all happened, right? So this person has been setting this up and they're getting ready to flick the dominoes. They're getting ready to set off the machine, because what's under this Magician and Journey is the Knight of Wands and the Tower. Here's the magic. The Magician, and I'm thinking like I'm not getting this as an actual magician. This is just somebody who is doing whatever it is that they're doing, and they're about to take the dramatic inciting incident. They were about to set it off with the Tower, and at the moment I'm not sure. Like it seems more positive. I'm not getting like negative things from the Tower, but remember, if we're talking about this like from a manifestation or magical aspect, if someone's creating a big change in their life, it does require a certain amount of significant destruction. And sort of depending on how this person has set things up, that can look more extreme than somebody who's done something kind of gradually. Like that's typically like why you don't want something to manifest all at once or like very fast, because the adjustment to that thing can actually damage you. It's like, in my opinion, it tends to be way better to do something gradually so that you're not like experiencing trauma from the impact of the manifestation. And that's typically like with any like large scale change in our lives, though sometimes we're not in control of that, right? We're not in total control over illness, like somebody unfortunately dying or having an accident or the economy or anything like that. But we're looking to mitigate that trauma and stress as much as possible where we're able to, right? And so then we have this Chariot, unexpected income. The Ace of Cups, well, that's something positive, at least. I'll say that it could be a love offer coming to somebody. We've been getting that story. We're just forever and ever and ever in the energy. And here's the thing, I thought when I saw this, I'm like, and the second I saw that Emperor plotting, I was just like, girl, it is the same thing. And I am just like, I said like one time, like one of these last times, like I might want to fast this out because I'm kind of tired of it. I'm going to ask, like, we'll go around and get some of our details, right? And then I'll ask why this is so prevalent in the collective's energy. If I'm talking to the person who is acting, that's why this person's getting ready to act. So this person would be in most need of support or advice as they're doing this thing. But it might not be. I don't feel, like I said, I would fast it out, but I do not feel like fasting for real. I just don't. Like usually my like community fast, like if anybody wants to do it with me, it comes the day after Christmas and goes through New Year's. And that's to, that's like just for a release of like things that like are kind of old. Like it's a sloughing off of things that we don't need from the old year to welcome in the new things for the new year, right? That's a traditional one that I do. And then if there's just something like excessively negative or repeating in the reads, like I'll try and fast it out or something. Okay, it's the big one. We're on the big one still, but you know, this isn't negative. So I'm not particularly mad at it because it's looking like this person is building up to do something. It's only when I get repeating like, this person's just gonna sit here, this person's just gonna sit here, that I don't, like I'm not entertaining it. You gotta go. So our Emperor and the Seven of Swords, the Ten of Cups. So whatever this person has been plotting, it's a positive thing. This person has been plotting their own happiness, their own future happiness. So now this Magician journey, the Knight of Wands and the Tower, all right? This is the Page of Pentacles, the Star, the Two of Coins, and the Eight of Cups. Okay, so here's the positive thing. The Page of Pentacles and the Star, this is a very like positive material offer, looking like it's coming from somebody. This person is the one who is acting in real life to make this offer, this contact, whatever it is. I think that this is more of that Tower energy. Whatever this is, I think for the receiving party, it might throw them off a little bit. I don't know if this is something that the receiving party had really planned on. And it's also a departure for whoever. It's honestly, this is like both people. For both people, this is kind of something that like, we're gonna have to work this out. Because let's say it is a relationship, right? From that Ace of Cups. Well, look, if it's a new relationship, the Two of Coins is like normal for people who are looking to get to know each other and see if they can like live a life together. So yeah, like we have to figure this out, and then like like if you decide that you want to do that, you are leaving a significant energetic or emotional investment, or even a material investment that you made into a particular present or a particular future that only included yourself. Right? So let me go ahead and see with this Two of Coins, the Three of Swords. That's interesting. And then what is this Eight of Cups? Three of Swords, I don't know if this is triggering. The Eight of Wands on this Eight of Cups. Whatever this more like off-kilter Tower, Two of Coins, Three of Swords is, it's going to be moved past relatively quickly. But there's something about like the initial impact of this. When it happens, that's like, there's something about it that's particularly rattling. So I will ask some questions about that. Now, can you tell me why this action, this offer, this meeting will be, because it's so good. 10 of Cups. That's crazy, but it's the truth. Like, even when something is very positive, it's it can get overwhelming. So that's a fairly complex emotion to feel when something's like so wonderful that it's breaking your heart. It's a little bit like that, or something is in fact so wonderful that it hurts. Especially if you're not used to, oh my God, girl. The reason why this is so, and look, I got the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I'm telling you, this don't. You want to block this, love? Five of Wands. Ooh. What's on here is the 10 of Cups, the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles. Depending on your circumstances, yeah, that's going to be really jarring, because this is essentially like all the love being thrown at you, and also potentially this is either a community or a family. If you've never had a family or a community around you, if you've like unfortunately had really negative experiences with family and community, that can be a very alien experience. And it's the same thing if this is resources. This is like all of the love and all of the money quickly at the same time. And if this is an emperor, if that kind of like money is coming because this person has a particular social status, that can be a major thing to adjust to as well. But it's just sort of like, it's a lot. And when it's a lot and it's quick, yeah, you can get something like the Tower, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords. So that Three of Swords is about some sort of overwhelm, or it's about some sort of triggering, depending on what you've dealt with in your past or current circumstances or whatever. So now let me see this Ace of Cups. Chariot. So unexpected income really might be income. I don't know. It depends. Ace of Cups. The High Priestess. I don't know if this is a very spiritual union or if something about this needs to be kept hush-hush. We've gotten that with that Seven of Swords before. I'll pull a couple more. Page of Wands, I think this is more to do, well, we said this person's been keeping things plotted in a secret, so they're moving from the secret out into the open. So it's that, but it could also be a spiritual connection or an energetic connection with that Nine of Cups. So whether it's a spiritual connection or somebody moving out from secret into public with what they want, it's a good thing. The world, this is the end. This is the end. 10 of Swords, but it's not a bad end. King of Swords. This is this person, in this case, this King of Swords with this 10 of Swords. This person has taken like very, very meticulous action in order to see what it is that they want to see. Like the truth of their own life, right? In love, in relationships, could be I'm really not getting this so much as business. I'm really not, though I wouldn't completely take it off the table. So I don't really have any questions about that, for real. Because it seems like this person is getting ready to make their move. What I am gonna ask is, why is this particular reading so prevalent in the energy? It is prevalent because one more on that. It's because this is getting ready to, there's something about being secret, moving into private, but this has been a long time. But whatever this has been a long time. The plotting has gone on for a long time. 7 of Coins. It's about to be successful with whatever manifestation this is. The Ace of Swords, to me, in this particular read, is coming off as some sort of a form of communication, successful communication. But this is also sort of like my ideas, my plotting, my plans are coming to fruition. And the Hanged Man, like, I'm gonna see it. I'm going to see, like, Queen of Swords is also communication with the world. It's like I'm finally doing the thing. I'm finally doing the thing is what I'm getting. I don't think the Hanged Man in this case is someone being hung up. I think that that's, like, in this case, the person receiving what they need to receive in order to successfully, like, finish this out. So there's a lot of momentum behind this, and it's getting ready to happen. Like, I don't know. Is there anything that we can do to clear this message out? I was kind of getting this as like a no. Let me look at the other cards first. No. No, it's sort of like until this person does what they're going to do, it's sort of like, this is what I'm going to see. So this person must do, like, this has to manifest, or else it's going to be the predominant thing that I'm going to see, which means it might be affecting a lot of people. Like, a lot of people might have a version of this happen for them. Yeah, this is sort of like I'm going to see this until whoever I'm speaking to, like, has the exposure in this case is the manifestation, because the Sun kind of looks a little bit like the Ace of Pentacles until the material manifestation happens. And these, however many, because I'm saying it's like a partnership, so until these two come together and move on, it's sort of like a version of this is going to be repeating. So let's just go ahead and get our final advice outcome, because I'm not even going to bother with the timeline. King of Pentacles, back again, coming in. Okay, they're moving forward, it seems like. Yeah, this person, they're just very stable. This person is like rock stable in their environment. And I get the sense that, like, they don't like to move until they're, like, really sure about everything, which, okay. Yeah, all right. What's happening is, like, this person has been working on their stability for a long time. 4 of Coins with the Hermit. They've been, like, sorting a whole bunch of things out. This 4 of Wands is, like, whatever like, this is, like, happy communication, coming into initial contact with the partner. And who is it? The King of Pentacles is going towards whomever. The Emperor, King of Pentacles, King of Swords, King of Wands, all the kings, Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if that means it's been a long time that this person has been doing this, or, like, we still have a while to go. If we still have a while to go, like, please gonna go away for a while and we can get other things, like, on the board. The reason why it's been a while is because this person has been doing something with their money or their, like, family or something. That's kind of like the magic that this person's been doing. It's specifically to create a good environment for whatever Empress that they're going towards. King of Cups. Can we get not a time frame, but like the form of energy or whatever? 9 of Pentacles. There's all Pentacles here, and so it's just like, to me, I would say this is still a bit, like, slow move. I'm not talking about, like, a million years or whatever, but, like, with all of the Pentacles here and this person, like, being kind of obsessed with, like, their material environment, not in a bad way, but it's just like, I don't know, this might still be, like, kind of slow moving energy. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. It's because, good Lord, Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. It's because I'm telling you, this person is just sort of like, they want to come in and, like, like, all they want is, like, the yes, and they're just, like, annexing this person, like, into already established, like, territory. They're like, here's all the money, here's the house, here you sit there. Like, and it's great. Like, so this isn't somebody who you would be building with. This is somebody who has legit everything built with, like, extra on the side, And like, they're essentially just going to be like, there it is. Now let's do whatever we want to do. Like, that's the kind of energy that this person has. So, I mean, if you were like kind of gonna wait for something, that would be the thing to me that I would be like willing to wait for. And when I say that, right, if you have other opportunities with people, I would never like supplant a read for reality, because if like something is going to happen, it's going to happen. So I would not be like, oh, well, like these people are all asking me out on dates, so I'm just gonna, if you're actually interested in somebody and they're like treating you well and you want to go out on a date with them, don't like believe, and they're not like exactly how I've described, like don't tell yourself that like you're not going to do something or have an experience in real life like based on a reading. So I'm asking, besides the narrative that I've just talked about, is there anything else that I can tell the collective that like does not involve this? Anything else important that the collective needs to know? It's still about this. I've got Page of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Five of Wands, and the Lovers. I don't know if there's going to be some kind of like drama over this when y'all come together, or y'all are like dating. If people are going to be jealous, or I don't know. Let me see that five. The Devil. Oh, something. I think we're going to be dealing, because I mean, obviously, if that's really happening for you, if you're like, this person sees you as a catch, obviously, or they wouldn't be doing this. And this person, based on what I've described, is like obviously a catch. And so like, you probably have people on your side that super want to be with you, and there's probably people on their side that super want to be with them. And so you're both going to kind of be like maybe pissing some people off. I don't know. How should the collective handle this? Or can we get more details on it? I would say just it's beneath like death. Don't even like, it is beneath you. Okay, that is for the people in the hell realms. All right, Death, Knight of Cups. This is like, don't like you. And see, the thing is, this is so true. There's people who like Death, Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords, Knight of Wands, and look, they're all knights. Knight of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. It's sort of like when this person comes towards you, like it might be on both sides, it might only be on one side. There are people around you, right? These are knights. Knight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. So these are like maybe romantic people, but they're not really stable, right? It's just all emotions. We've got Knight of Wands people who are interested in you, but it's all like hookups or lust or passion. That's also not very stable. And then we have these Knight of Pentacles people who very well might be stable people, but they're also procrastinators. They move too slow. They're too in their heads, whatever. And so you have these sorts of people either around you both, or around just you, or around just them. So when the like relationship finally happens, you're going to have people like kind of disgruntled about the fact that y'all are together, or that like you're off the market. It's just, that's kind of the nature. Is that going to manifest as anything like in anybody's face? Because what you might deal with is when somebody sees you, and then, like that's how it's like, it's so annoying. It's like when people finally see you with another person, that's when they're all going to start approaching you. Like when they see that you're off the market, they're going to try and get you like away from that person. Absolutely not with that Death card. Absolutely not. And those people with that Death, Death, Knight of Cups, Nine of Swords, it's going to have these people in their heads that they're going to look at whoever y'all are with and understand that they have absolutely no chance, and they likely never did if they were deluding themselves, okay? Because these are people who are just not, they might not be garbage people, like, because nobody's really a garbage person unless they're absolutely like choosing that. But like people are all at different phases. And so for me, someone who is operating like at a very high level of like business or politics or whatever, someone like me would largely be a waste of time. Like, I'm just not, I don't understand. I'm not on that level. I'm just not. And I don't really care to be either. So it doesn't bother me all that much. But I mean, it's just kind of, it is what it is. What the hell was I asking? Oh, is anything going to be, anything, like this might just be like background energy. It might be like you catch a vibe off of some of these people if they're in your social circle, that they're like not happy about things, or they might be a little bit bitter. If anybody does anything, it's like they're gonna say something foolish to you. Judgment, the Fool, the King of Swords. It's sort of like somebody might say something to you, but it's like aggressively stupid. Like they might try and like say, like, let's say this person has way more like social status than you do. They might try and say like, you're a gold digger, even though you were just sitting there the whole time. Oh, this person's like only interested in them because of this, when it's like, this looks like an extremely valid, like mutually loving like relationship that, yeah, happens to come with like a lot of benefits or whatever, but like people just want to cope, right? They just want to cope. So somebody might like shoot off at the mouth or something like this, but the advice is to ignore it. It's because they're insecure or feeling inferior, or like your choice of a partner has somehow like slighted them. But I guarantee you, like none of these people who I'm talking about would have like made a valid move on you. Like these would have been like bait droppers, or like hinters, or like people who like, you know, it's stuff like that. It's no one who just walked up to you and said like, hey, I'm really into you. I would like to go out to see if we're like compatible. Are you cool with dinner? You know, it's nobody who's done that. I promise you, it's nobody who's done that. So like those people have really no one to blame but themselves. So my fellow magicians, let's all reach out and touch faith and get a little bit of our own personal Jesus on it. All right, Jesus says, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there in the midst of them. So this is just saying there's something magical about this, like coming together. It's like a canon event. There is, oh, okay, if this is a canon event, unskippable cutscene, it's like the reason why it's so prevalent in the energy is because there's like too much momentum now. There's like enough momentum where it's like, yeah, it might be guaranteed to happen. And when that happens, it's just like, it's the most prevalent thing, because even when I ask for a different message, it just gives me more of the same message, which that should communicate to you kind of the magnitude of this particular change or person or whatever. It's very interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays out for the collective. Jesus also says, nothing shall by any means hurt you. So if anything that I said about you handling whatever this is, either of you, because I could be talking to both parties or just one, whatever, don't worry, it's going to go well. And so if you were rattled by any of the drama that like from other people, it might very well be there. Most people are too chicken shit to actually ever do. They couldn't even ask you out, either of you or whatever. So you think that they are going to have the spine to say something directly to your face about something that they don't like? I don't know, maybe anger is more of a motivator than, you know, desire. I'm not sure. But like I said, the reads usually look and sound more dramatic than what happens in materiality, because when I'm talking about what's in the energy, these are people like thinking and imagining and feeling. And feelings and fantasies are typically a lot more dramatic than what happens in real life. Because like people will be like in their own minds like, oh, and I'm gonna say like this super quippy witty thing to like this person the next time I get in an argument with them, and I'm gonna put them in their place and blah blah blah. And then what that ends up looking like is them like going, huh, and like walking into another room and not doing anything. That's why it looks like that, and why the reads are like that. Jesus finally says, be happy, yes, leap for joy, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And as we all know, my fellow magicians, the kingdom of heaven is on earth. So let us officially close out, as we mostly always do, with the words of the highest authority. That highest authority, of course, being Bob. Our Father, who art in heaven. We close with the word of Bob that's good all the time. For Bob's today, what was this sticky one? This is not something you should labor over or worry about. Enjoy it. If painting does nothing else, it should make you happy. So that's like nothing's going to negatively affect this. Nothing, don't even worry about it. Nothing you have to do, nothing, it's great. Everything's great, don't worry. Bob also says, we artists are a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. And so this is about conscious manifesting. And also what I'm saying, right, because that kind of like language, I don't really like it, but it can be appropriate when we're talking about levels. Like this person's on a different level than me. As long as you're understanding that in general, no one level is better than another. Though I would say that typically most people, if they looked at the levels, would not prefer, if they're conscious, to be on the lower levels. But the thing is, there are people who enjoy the lower levels and they want to stay there. Or there are people who are on the lower levels that aren't even aware that they're in suffering. So it's kind of like, it's not so cut and dry as the level up here is like way better than the level down there. Each one is relevant to like certain life experiences that people tend to need to become whole and complete people, to move on into fulfillment. And the only thing that really changes from level to level is awareness. That's all. But like with the awareness comes a different type of movement. You move differently and speak differently when you are at a different like level or expansion of awareness. And so that's we artists are a different breed of people. We magicians, we conscious creators, however you want to talk about that, we're a different breed of people. We're a happy bunch. Why? Because we create it, or we do our utmost to create it. And typically people like that are aware of their own agency, aware of their own power, and also aware of their current or maybe permanent limitations. Okay, and so there is way less like I am at the mercy of the forces when you are like that. Okay, and so you have a lot more agency over what's going on in your immediate reality, your personal reality, not necessarily or really mostly at all consensus reality. Bob also says, did you ever think you could just take a great big old brush and make all these beautiful little trees? You really can. So this is, you can create the life of your preference. This person's been doing it, whoever is the active party. And it is likely, I would guess, that the receiving party has also been doing this on their own, and it is likely you will do it together if this reads for you. Also, you can like the life you're living. You can live the life you like. You can even marry Harry and mess around with Ike. And that's good. Isn't it great? Isn't it grand? Isn't it swell? Isn't it fun? Isn't it? But nothing stays. Bob finally says, I think each of us at some time in our life has wanted to paint a picture. I would say, right, that it's sort of like most, I don't know about most people, but it's like, we all have an idea of what we would hope our lives would eventually look like. And even when we fall short, typically people might go through a little period, a little rough patch, right? But I would say not too many people lose hope entirely. And so even when a particular photo maybe gets cracked or ripped up or burned down or soaked or whatever, that doesn't mean we can't make another picture. Maybe it's a better picture this time, right? So, my fellow magicians, this is reality, and I am your GM, your game master for this, the game of life. But it is we who are the greatest magicians of the age, and perhaps the greatest magicians of all time. And together, you and I will perform the greatest magic trick of all time. We will reverse the polarities of the world, make America great for once, fly this boat to the moon somehow, shift our world onto the mega happy timeline, perhaps leaving it a much better place than it ever has been before. Because, my fellow magicians, nothing stays. In 50 years or so, it's going to change, you know. But oh, it's heaven nowadays.